New Horizons with a recap from Java.
Let's see, what did he write in his journal today? Nope. Never mind. That guy didn't know anything either. At least I got to play the role of Hammer again, but this time taller. There were no headshots in the bar, so we talked to the old coot, and he might have remembered me allegedly starting a bar brawl. Nara made friends with this bouncer, Tommy. Seems like an alright dude, and I got to pending a gourd of coffee.
Oh, I just remembered another very important detail that got left out. The pseudonym that Java was apparently going by.
Oh, that was
Zippy.
he wouldn't have written that down. That would have irritated him.
He's going to bury that knowledge to the best of his ability. Too bad Brother Nick is the one who discovered that knowledge. It's in the folder next to the scans of Java's magazine article. Or not Java, Cades.
Nice. All right. So, yeah, you guys finished up. You got everything you could out of old Jimmy, the old coot aforementioned.
Ooh, Jimmy.
And managed to move on, having made maybe a new friend in the bouncer and a friendly acquaintance in the bartender. Now you've got a meeting scheduled for this evening, but it's still mid-morning, so you've got time. There was some discussion of perhaps moving along, but if there's anything else important you want to be doing in the meantime, we can talk about that.
I think Saoirse just wanted to make sure they left the bar on good terms. So I don't think there is really much else to be doing. She also want to be keeping track of the time, so we meet up with what's his face at the correct time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess as far as how you leave the bar, Tommy would have given Nero his card.
Yeah.
And told her to call him up if they had any good work, anything interesting, especially if it paid well.
All right. Well, adding to Nero's future strike team. Now Kareem really has something to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, find her binder full of men.
Oh my word!
All of them strong and capable of fighting.
Yeah.
Although
Probably
Kareem's
even
no slouch
ranked
either.
Or rated.
Or what?
Oh, they were
Ranked or
rated,
rated. Mhm.
ranked or rated.
Oh.
That'd be the nail in the coffin.
Kind of sloppy. Needs improvement.
I don't think Nero's the type to put that much effort into categorizing things.
True.
She just shoved their contact info into a binder.
Yes.
Say, have we established? Can she actually write? I know she can read.
That's a good question. I mean, she does have the peasant background, literally, and growing up as a farmer, there wouldn't really be much cause for her to have learned to write on Phyllis.
I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's a little silly because
There's been
like,
time enough since then.
well, just also that like if she can read, like her writing may not be pretty, but I think she would be capable of writing.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it makes sense that she certainly can write. And she can text also. She probably relies on the autocorrect a lot. I think I tried to portray that a few times, where it auto wronged instead of auto corrected.
Oh my.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think she can write.
Okay. Well, anywho, that
Uh,
little detail squared away.
I
We
want to add
can.
one more little level to it. I
Hmm.
have teased around a little bit that her brothers got her to do their farm work by saying that they would do the paperwork, and the joke there being there really isn't any paperwork when you're doing farm work.
Oh
Hmm.
no.
Oh no.
But she believed it, and she was happier out there doing the physical exertion anyways, and it tired her down, which was benefit to everyone.
There you go.
So yeah, no, she's not at a great competency level for writing, but she is capable of it because there's there was some things that had to be written.
Hmm. Man, I'd forgotten that. Now that you mention it, I remember you saying that before. Such a great little touch. um. All right, so we've got everybody on Urala. You got a few hours to kick around. Um, are we good to skip on ahead? And Ethan, you had mentioned something that you wanted to bring up.
Oh, just checking the mug shots, like passing those around, kind of like we did with the picture of Java.
Okay. Let me think then how to
Let's
do
just
this.
do another like connect roll. Or...
Mm, I mean, are you reaching out to people that you've used before? Are you going to specific place, or are you just kind of walking the streets, showing random people?
Um, yeah, reaching out to the same people again, just his web of connections, saying, or I guess following up that we found out these guys were connected with Java at some point in the past. Or the guy I showed them a picture of previously.
Mhm. Okay. Um, yeah, go ahead and then give me a connect roll for reaching out to your connections here in the capital city. Okay. Um,
Oh, oh no, it
so
was a 12. I was like, wow, 14 both times.
yeah. um, so yeah, that will basically get you similar responses as before. Um, you'll the same person that sent you to that bar will respond. Good, you found those. I guess I'd forgotten there were so many of them, but say that he didn't really have any more information about them, and everyone else that you had reached out before is also got no additional information for you. Let's see. So Okay, and we've got this guy. Um,
What guy? What guy do we got?
I'm
The guy.
trying to think who would be the point of contact. Um,
Not tower guy. We know that much.
one of you.
It's
Let's see.
always Tower Guy.
I guess who would have given their uh contact info to the basically to ground control for them to check in later because they were
I mean,
gonna.
Kid probably would have given a burner phone.
Okay, makes sense. Then Cade would get a little ding. Um, the ground control had reached out, basically said they'd gotten in touch with the Captain Reese that you had name dropped, who vouched for your identities and for your I guess your loyalties or allegiance, and that
He
you were
better vouch for our loyalties.
that you were in the clear. So you were welcome to remain docked as long as you liked, free of charge.
There we go. Gonna start bopping people if we had any other nephews.
Word.
Kid will glance at Saoirse and said, "Sounds like Captain Reese got back to Spaceport Authority. We should be good to stay for however long we need."
She'll look a little nervous, but nod. Well, as lovely as this has been, is everyone ready to head out now?
Yes.
Yeah.
She'll thank the barkeep and the old cute and Tommy before we head out.
All right. Well then, you guys can putz around for the day. Brother Nick was going to. He's going to at some point reach out again with the new pictures. He's taken photos of all the little the headshots that were that you acquired from the bar. Work that angle. Yeah. Otherwise, you guys can take some time to chill, walk the city, whatever. If we don't care too much about getting specific, we can move on.
Sweet. Let's move on.
All right. Evening has fallen. Sun is going down. And it's shift change at the spaceport. And so you guys can be waiting at the location the dock master gave you. And I did put that in the chat. You're at the Dancing Sage. And this place is a bit cleaner, a little larger, and particularly at this time of day, a good bit livelier than your other experience was. There's a decent crowd, plenty of people getting drinks, and just being generally boisterous. And there's watching some sports, and it looks like at the moment just reruns, fold races.
These Starport bars just don't have the rustic charm that they used to. It's all corporatized now.
Oh my. Is this brother Nick acting like an old coot now?
No, that's his real opinion. We'll go on
Oh,
about
no.
how Back in his day as a spacer, it wasn't a good bar unless you felt like you had to keep a hand on your laser pistol at all times.
Saoirse's gonna try not to get annoyed.
Well, I'm guessing you guys will want a table somewhere with a little bit of space so you can talk without worrying about being easily overheard. And maybe in as far from the stage as possible. And so you have a good view of the door when your friend the Dockmaster arrives. And he casts around, locks eyes, and gives you a nod as he goes to get his drink at the bar.
We had been able to go by the ship first, right?
Oh yeah, sure. If you
Thanks.
wanted to get anything from the ship, you could have done that.
Yeah, I had to get my bribery.
Forgot about that.
She would have told Brother Nick he wasn't allowed on the ship for a couple minutes.
Had to go to her super secret stash
Super secret stash.
while nobody's looking.
Yep.
All right. Well, he'll waltz over to the table, and has she got the bottle out prominently? She waits.
She's got it. She's got it tucked under her arm, wrapped in a gift bag, sort of like a
Okay.
brown paper bag sort of situation, but nicer.
Nice. Okay. So, yeah, he starts to greet you all, and halfway to sitting, he pauses. He's like, "What are you serious? Is that what I think it is?" And he half reaches towards the bag.
She'll put a hand up. She'll say, I was serious about my end of the deal, but I wanted to make sure you are serious about yours.
Ugh. I'm cut to the quick. His hand was chest feigning great distress. Sits
She'll
softly and takes a drink.
pull she'll pull out some glasses from her bag, and like 2 empty glasses, and go ahead and put them on the table.
How does the bartender feel about this?
Saoirse probably had to slip him a little extra something. Make him turn a blind eye.
Also assuming this isn't exactly an establishment that would care as much
Mm,
about
yeah.
goings-ons.
She won them over with her usual charm.
Oh yes, my usual charm that I roll so well with.
By which I mean she nearly ripped the head off of the person who tried to say something, and yeah, they decided to mind their own business.
Hmm.
So the glasses are on the table, and he seems eager to do his part to earn the drink. Although he does say, "Now, I did expect the whole bottle."
She would actually pull a different bottle out from her bag
Oh, one upped.
And this would be the one that she would serve for herself and then pour a little bit more into the other glass.
He like sits
And then
forward,
she
like
would
looking
ask,
over your shoulder.
well, I had been hoping you might want to taste the wares before you take the entire thing. Wouldn't want to waste it on someone who can't appreciate it. And she's hoping that he can read between the lines, but she's not exactly going to hand over an entire bottle just because he wanted a good attendance award.
Did you pack in a whole bar?
That's for me to know and you to find out. But we did have some questions for you, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, shoot away. He's-
Can you start by telling us about our friend? Which at this point, I'm assuming she's been able to drop her the hammer, or did a hammer want to continue being the hammer?
Are we at that bar?
We're at a new
Good.
bar.
It's a different one.
Oh, it's a different bar? Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think you'd still want to be Hammer.
Okay.
That's fair because apparently this guy made trouble where he was seen. So
Yeah, I don't know what else. He wouldn't have known what else he got into.
Right.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't think he would
When
be like, yeah, we're not there anymore. Let's just drop the disguise.
all right, got it. All right,
Get
so
caught
he's
walking in the bar.
so yeah, when Saoirse mentions him, he'll he'll look around and say, "Yeah, where is he anyway?"
Well, after we looked around a little more, found out he wasn't the most popular bloke in town. Thought it might be best for him to not show his face too often.
Hmm, fair enough. Well, yeah. You want the whole spiel? Yeah.
She'll put her she'll kind of lean her head forward and put her head on her hands like you've got my full attention.
Story time.
he he'll clear his throat uh a little pointedly and then take another drink of the beer he'd gotten and then well, him and his crew showed up and they had a hold full of who knows what. Passed all the standard, basic checks. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Um, and well, they were here to take a load off, take a break. Uh, as I'm sure you've heard, they made quite the ruckus. And after a couple of days, they decided to try out a couple of the smaller towns that might be a little more forgiving. So they took a train, and well, that was right before Tabuk came down with the hammer, and they showed back up the record pace, but yeah, left behind your friend and didn't have much to say. Well, we weren't too busy asking questions at that point. Whole place was running like a kicked anthill. Uh, all I know is they were they were bound for Dimnoff, I do believe. Uh,
Would we
well,
know the name of the place?
yeah, you'd recognize it. It's out past underscore Coupiette. Um, but yeah, don't know whatever happened to your friend. Of course, seems he made it out all right. But I suppose you hoping to know more about what they did after they left him. Couldn't tell you that, but no, they were riding heavy.
Saoirse looks a little unimpressed at the information they've received.
uh, tell me, what's this dude's name again?
Brennan.
Tell me, Brennan, would your starport have a record of these men's comings and goings? Keep track of any paperwork for their ship?
Well, you see, we would. However,
Wood.
don't suppose you recall the exact nature of Tabuk's invasion, but, well, they were none too gentle. You may have seen the state of the starport as you were coming in. Yeah, well, that office was leveled. So, got nothing of the sort. Uh,
Hmm.
but I'm sure if you were to head to Dimnoff, I'd imagine with the information you've got. Oh, he snaps his fingers, and of course, the ship itself. It was a free merchant class. Can't recall the name, but it was nothing too special. Just they whoever did that paint job certainly liked the color green.
There's something fancy about the paint job.
Ah, wouldn't call it fancy, but certainly greener than usual. And he kind of gestures vaguely with his hands. Ah, not exactly an artist, but I could sketch out the rough shape of it. He looks from Saoirse to Brother Nick.
Saoirse would be also trying to look at Brother Nick.
Grinning in what he's hoping is a winning fashion.
Saoirse would basically look at the man and just say, "Give us a moment, if you don't mind," and
Oh. Well, I mean, he was
slide
down
her.
for it. He was going to hand him a pen and a cocktail napkin.
She
Brother Nick
she
was busy minding his drink.
she would be totally all for it, like get as much information as possible, but she would also look over to Brother Nick and uh want to have a private conversation with him. She'd kind of like gesture over her shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So while he's writing down on a cocktail napkin, she would step away from the table.
Okay.
if Brother Nick follows her, then she'd have some questions for him real quick.
Oh, yes, he's following.
Yes, this is a fake inspirational huddle. No, she would say, listen, I know you're better at connecting with people than I am. Do you think there's any way we could find maybe a telepath on the planet that might be able to help this man uh, reconnect with his memories and share the information with us?
It's worth considering. I was wondering if we should do the same for Java. Urala has probably the best medicine we're going to come across. I think if we'd find anything that would help him stir up any old memories, it would be here.
Saoirse would look thoughtful for a second and then ask, do you think it could just be a matter of healing?
I'm no doctor or a psychologist, but I have a feeling there's more to it, to memories than just biology.
She'll nod. All right, well, let me know if you can get hold of anyone.
Yeah, so I'll start reaching out while our friend has his drink and coloring book.
Yeah, the guy is. He's took another swig before he went out with the pen, and he's got the tip of his tongue between his teeth, focusing, trying to draw this out.
Does he seem like he has artist block, or is he just kind of getting at it?
Just a regular Picasso.
um,
Hey, Picasso wasn't that good. He put everything in the wrong places.
I was gonna say,
I could
yep.
I could go on an entire rant about the fact that Picasso surpassed his father in alfresco painting at the age of 12, and that was why he went on to create various artistic styles. But that would be off topic.
Yeah, but did Al really appreciate being painted that young?
Who paints cheese?
Did I break Danielle?
I kind of feel like I am imagining her eyebrow twitching right now.
Like I said, I'm trying to stay on topic.
Yeah, you might have broke Danielle.
Danielle doesn't stay on topic. What did you do to her?
Okay, so he's drawn.
Mhm.
Resisting
guys-
the urge to ask him about the guy in the tower.
So, were you guys done with your fake inspirational huddle?
Oh my
I
goodness.
think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Ethan, you are literally proving my point.
I guess for the reaching out for medical help, I have exact connections. I was thinking I'll burn my level 2 connected. For that. see if we can get Java a meeting with, I guess, the best psychotherapist or psychosurgeon around.
Okay. Let's see then. So I'm guessing you want to meet him that night.
That's going on the ship's fridge.
uh, yeah. So let's see. Do you wanna go ahead and try to meet this person same night?
Why not?
I guess as quick as we can, but I don't know. They're also a doctor, so it's probably we're calling their receptionist at 8 o'clock at night trying to get penciled in.
All right. Well, let's see. I get to decide who they are and what they can do for you. Um. Hmm. All right. I'll need a couple minutes for that. Um. In the meantime, do you guys have any other questions for the doc master?
Um, hmm. Well, I see. Despite being the man who's supposed to check the ship for its wares, he said, "Who knows what." Yeah, so I'm gonna drill down on that one. Because I am curious how the guy whose one job is to check the ship didn't seem to know what they were doing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll go back. I guess he's after our huddle, and once he's finished up the drawing, ask him. So do you have any? Remember any of what these men were bringing onto the planet? Were they shipping things or ferrying people? Or
Uh, I don't know that they'd brought much. They didn't take anything off on Urala. Uh, and don't suppose, don't believe I recall they loaded anything up. Uh, uh, Coming from elsewhere. But I no, it's been months now. If only I had my records.
Nero's gonna pipe up. Do you want us to get them?
Uh, get what?
These records. Keep bringing them up.
well, they were blown up, but would there be anywhere that might have backups of them?
Uh,
I know most of the planet has suffered under the wartime conditions, but if there's anywhere else we could check.
no, the backup storage fared even worse. Not sure that building's got a brick on top of another. But nope. Don't recall what they might have been shipping. Um,
Well, it does sound
narrow.
like freebooter behavior if they're not exactly loading up or unloading any kind of cargo or passengers.
I think Nero and Brother Nick would both notice uh, just a hint too much insistence on his not knowing.
Hmm.
Oh. Mhm.
Oh, Nero looks from him over at Brother Nick.
Yeah. Is a shame you weren't able to recall the king of. No, I'm not going that angle. There was some handsome reward for finding the whereabouts of these men and anyone who could provide information on them, but it seems we'll have to start from scratch tomorrow. For now, I guess we can drink.
No, you don't have to start from scratch. You know exactly where they went.
Well, a whole other planet away, and we still have business to attend to here.
Hmm, Well, suppose you can always catch up to him later. He gestures at his sketch. What with having a description of their ship and one of their crew members, should be no trouble at all.
Saoirse would be kind of tipping her glass a little bit, uh, sort of playing with it. Um, and then she would sort of tilting her head, look at him, and just say, "So, did they bring you any gifts as well?"
No, no. He blusters a little bit. He's, everyone knows to keeping a friendly dog master is in your best interests.
You know what they had. Nero looks over at Saoirse and Brother Nick, and she says it again. He knows what they had.
Oh, now Nero, I'm sure that the upstanding dockmaster wouldn't be thinking of lying to us now.
No, no,
Would
of
be a
course not.
shame. We'll I'm reporting this information back to some fairly high-level individuals who had helped rescue our friend. I'm sure they'd be disappointed if they were to hear that one of their subordinates was sitting on top of any information that these generals needed.
What information would that be? The supposed contents of a few crates?
Well, it's hard to say what pieces of the puzzle are useful until you've put it all together. But why would you have to be worried? I thought you told us all you knew.
I did. You're prying and suggesting things, making things up about people.
Now, good dockmaster, exactly what were you making up about anybody?
Saying I was keeping secret information from the government. Pah.
Out of character, did we say we were with the government? Or he's
I
saying
don't
from his
remember.
job,
I don't think so.
like,
Brother Nick said something about taking that report to the government that that one of their subordinates was hiding information.
well, I will say that while we can be a whole lot nicer than the lovely people you spoke with, I would hate for any conversation to be less enjoyable.
He's he's looking much less pleased than he was before.
Point of note: I do imagine that Nero, being her role is probably on an outer edge of the table and has easy access to uh, leave her seat and run
Mhm.
somewhere if she needs to.
Okay.
Saoirse would,
So
oh,
I was gonna say, Brother Nick's gonna try, he'll tilt back his head and laugh. Say, "Oh, I'm afraid you're taking us a little too seriously, Brennan. A couple drinks and I'm already getting in my cups. I suppose. Come now, let's have us another round. This one's on me."
Saoirse is
Yeah,
going
I can
to
drink to that.
telekinetically push his glass a little closer to him.
Gonna get this man zooted and see if he talks anymore.
Okay. Is she trying to do it like in a noticeable way?
Yes.
In a noticeable way. Oh no, now he's gonna freak out.
Well, should she
Okay.
not be doing that in a noticeable way?
It's okay. Nero's right there to tackle him.
We're hoping dial the tension down.
I
Get
love it,
this
like,
man in a few cups deeper.
All right. Well, Saoirse
See if we can
probably.
get him slipping.
oh.
Can I roll to see if Saoirse would have picked up on whether or not Brother Nick was trying to dial down the tension, or would
yeah,
Brother Nick have made any attempt to make a face at Saoirse or
sorry, I'm just
anything?
Yeah, I
loving the
guess you
like.
try to
Like that?
signal that he's trying to dial the temperature down.
Wait a minute. Hey, there's a counter to this. Is Nero's energy just too powerful? Because
I'm just like
Nero is
too
all
ready to
for freaking
win.
this guy out right now.
The outcome's in doubt. Oh no.
I love it. Brother Nick's like, oh well, just kidding. That was fun. Let's drink some more, old buddy, old
And
pal.
here's like, I can kill this man.
Saoirse's
ready to
like,
squeeze him.
I'm ready to like rough him up if he's not going to play nice. Okay. What would I roll to see if Saoirse's going to pick up on what Brother Nick's trying to put down? Would that be a mental save or?
I could see it being either like a notice or even
Nice,
maybe a
Ethan.
talk. I mean, you could do a mental save. I mean, well,
I can do a notice.
you can
check.
do
I think
whatever.
that's-
You can do whatever seems good to you. Honestly, I'm just spitballing.
I'm so loving that mental image. I have to smiley it twice.
All right. Saoirse will notice Brother Nick giving her a dirty look when the other guy looks away, and she'll begrudgingly Maybe he noticed her starting to tip his glass, and she'll begrudgingly stop before he notices.
um, yeah. So Brennan will he'll chuckle a little bit along with Brother Nick and express his appreciation for the incoming round. Um, seems slightly more guarded for a couple minutes, but then appears to get more comfortable again. And
Brother Nickel, yeah, I guess keep him off the topic. Keep the drinks coming as he tells him sailing stories, tries to get good stories out of him, and it's just keep him going. Sitting and talking and drinking
mm-hmm.
until he gets too drunk to realize he's giving the game away.
um,
You say that like it'll be an easy thing.
so go ahead and
Well, I figure try the easy way before Brother Nick picks him up.
give me a talk check from Brother Nick.
Charisma.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. So, because I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I'm thinking maybe we could gloss over some of the finer points of how exactly Brother Nick eases back into that topic, and waits waits until the man is more comfortable again, and perhaps just a bit more buzzed, because he does seem like he is a seasoned drinker, and is trying to pace himself. But all the same, Brother Nick is able to, in a friendlier manner and more, uh, I'd say maybe almost conspiratorial uh, angle, bring up the subject of that ship's cargo, and so he'll th- I'll say that he's more pliable at this point, and seems willing to spill the beans as long as Brother Nick is coming at it um, from a clearly non-threatening and um, more, uh, I guess, camaraderie. I don't know, camaraderie. I don't know how, but
Camaraderie.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Is there a
It's conspiratorial, like they're both in on it,
yeah
kind of thing.
conspiratorial? I'll
And I
say
guess
Friendly.
that's it, where they keep on passing stories until eventually, Brother Nick would tell a pirating day story of, getting one over on somebody.
yeah,
Work it around thanks to those kind of stories, and,
exactly.
like,
That's gonna bug me if I can't think of an adverbial form of that. Bah. Oh well. Okay.
Conspiring?
Yeah, I mean, conspiratorial is like the same kind of feel, but I shouldn't be fixating on needing a different form of that one specific word. Anyway,
Comradely. Just add an ly to the noun you know. Comradely.
comradely. Comradely manner. That I like that. It's not perfect, but hey,
Yeah.
it works. commonly um
You could literally just say friendly.
sure. Take the fun out
Nah.
of it. Of my poor attempt at
Conspiratorial.
wordsmithing.
Versus friendly.
So anywho, uh, yeah, Ethan, sure you can make a saving throw for that.
Physical or mental?
Hmm, mental.
Ooh,
Oh no!
nope. It's always these ones that don't matter until they do.
Man, Ethan,
Don't matter
to
until
run
they
the numbers
do.
on this because I honestly think Brother Nick has failed more saves than anybody else. Like, and we're talking like level 10 plus failed saves. Um, that is funny. So yeah,
It's okay. He's just deferring success.
so yeah, Brother Nick is very friendly. And
Saoirse is gonna look a little concerned that she might have to forcefully sober up Brother Nick.
Hey Ben, I was about to type
Mhm.
something and realized I didn't want to just throw it into your world. Is there a pinball machine in this bar?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yes.
All right,
Oh,
that's where Nero is
yes.
at.
Gotta have a pinball machine.
I think Cade would actually be with Nero on this one and be at the pinball machine.
Hammer'd be looking tough at the table.
Saoirse is gonna look really bored at the table.
Is Hammer gonna get in on the drinking? Trying to
Oh,
help
he's getting out
Butted
on the
Scout.
drinking.
um. So yeah, Ethan, I don't know if you want to do this in character, if you want to just kind of
Oh yeah,
do
I'm
it.
good speed running through it too.
Okay. Um. So yeah,
This is more for playing the hangover later.
well, yeah. So, uh, in the midst of the increasingly inebriated discussion going on between Brother Nick and Brennan here, they're swapping stories. Brennan, uh, not having spacefaring stories, but plenty of descriptions of interesting characters who have crossed his path, and some of the more exotic cargoes that he's gotten a glimpse of from the occasional far trader that likes to pass through. Um, say that Brother Nick uh, puts it to him just, really just in a different tone and with a completely different angle, just out of curiosity, you know, what could they have had packed on that ship that they were, so interested in taking to Dimnoff, and that just didn't raise any concerns at all. And feeling himself a little bit more, Brennan would lean in close and say, "Well, you know, not everyone needs a as thorough an inspection as everyone else, and sometimes, well, some people are better at making that clear than others. Oh, that captain, oh, what was his name? Oh, Carver. That Captain Carver. Oh, did he made it clear. Clear as can be. And he, with a with a little wink at Brother Nick, he kind of rubs his fingers together. So no, I didn't know, but I I did hear a, a bit of squawking, maybe quacking. They was carrying something alive, but I couldn't say what. He leans back with his eyes wide open. The deal was not to look, so I didn't. Yeah, belches and then takes another swig.
He's looking for a bribe, right?
No, I think he's just telling us that
Are
he
you
took a
saying who
bribe.
Brennan is? Yeah, I guess there he was telling us that.
That's your.
And I guess we did try the bribe route because I told him there was big money if he gave us information, and that didn't open him up.
He rubbed his fingers together. I didn't know if that was.
Oh yeah, so
Well,
he.
I guess
Yeah.
in memory of the bribe.
Yeah, he's explaining that you know that the Captain Carver, apparently the captain of the ship that you came in on, made it very clear that that his cargo didn't need as thorough an inspection as all the others. And but yeah, because he had kind of he had sort of gotten cornered into a, at least the implication of an admission earlier, but he didn't seem comfortable admitting or giving more detail about it at that point. I think the once his guard was a little more down, figured, you know, this guy, this guy's an okay sort. He's not gonna turn me in over something little like that.
Mhm. So,
Um,
here's an out of character question. He did say quacking, but there's a conspiracy thread running through the back of my brain that wonders what if it wasn't quacking and it was some kind of, you know, biological
Or
something.
Like a Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
I kind of like the
same.
idea of Java being a black market duck dealer, but
Okay, no, that seals it. I like that better.
That is good.
Uh,
if you want to say it might have been lobster puppies, I don't know what sound lobster puppies make.
They quack.
So
but yeah,
if it
it's
quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a lobster puppy. Don't look too close.
Yeah, basically.
People.
but yeah, it's very deep conspiracy. But I do wonder if maybe Java's story loops all the way back around to that.
You just made me think of this meme about D&D where the DM says like or the player says like what's the building look like and the DM says it's a warehouse and the player says it turns into a wolf in the full moon and the DM says it does now.
big old red gazebo.
Roll for initiative.
Yep.
So
Oh boy.
I'm wondering if Java just got an upgrade from black market duck dealer to lobster puppy mover.
You can speculate all you want.
Anyway,
If you want answers, you're gonna have to look for them.
Uh,
Sounds like the GM is hinting on where we need to go next.
Oh,
Alright.
we don't want to do work
Saoirse's
then.
gonna stand up and put the package in front of the gentleman in question and tell him it's been a pleasure, but they've got to get going.
He sits up first in excitement and then some disappointment. Oh, you get to go already? Oh, but
Well, I can't speak for my friend here. He seems to be having quite a bit of fun.
Brother Nicholas and I are just having a grand old time. Ugh.
Oh, we don't have to go yet, Saoirse. Let's give him another round.
Saoirse's not buying it. She'll say,
Just-
now, Grandad, it's time for you to be getting home.
Does she think he's faking it?
No,
Oh, okay.
she knows plastered when she sees it.
He broke out into German drinking songs a while back, so she knows this one's probably legit.
All right, then. Yeah, he'll toast to you all as you leave with his half a beer he's got in his hand, and clutch the bag tight in his other arm. Safe travels. Come back soon. So yeah, you gotta go tear Narrow and Cade away from the pinball machine.
Well, yeah, probably because we're winning. One of us on each side, you know.
Oh no!
No,
Side
sharing the
of
bumpers, not
thing.
tilting. Not tilting.
No,
sharing
no,
the
I get
bumpers.
what you mean. I do.
So they just have to follow the sounds of shouting over the over the general din of the crowd. All right. Uh, so onward ho. I will note you actually do not have a
Might as well
rudder
tally ho.
to Dimnoff, but you do have quite a pilot who might be able to work without that anyway. See, if you take a look on your map, let's see, sector info should still have it. Yeah, it's there. Um, you do have one from Tabuk to there. It's a 3 hex from Tabuk, or it's a 2 hex from underscore. So yeah, I'd actually. Uh, he had indicated they went through underscore Kupiets, but that doesn't matter to you. You can go whichever way you need. Ooh, although it's probably not a big deal, but that one from Tabuk would have aged out of the year time frame by now. But anyways, which way you guys want to take?
Let's fly fast and take chances.
Sounds good.
like the shortest path to success.
All right, so we paving a new way to Dimnoff.
Oh,
Yeah.
As well.
that's always risky, but okay.
We don't need this ship for much longer, right?
um, I will throw in the mention since that is a slightly riskier path. Do you guys want to grab some spare parts just in case of something going wrong? It's not.
Probably.
It's
Yeah,
actually
that's
not
probably a good
entirely
idea.
likely that that's like one of just one of many possibilities, but it is on the list. So having spare parts would be wise. And we'll not. Uh, oh, we'll not get into the details of how much you're taking. We'll just say you're bringing enough to be safe.
Okay.
Um, I can handle that off screen. And
We do still have lots of money, so yeah, cool.
yeah, not a major concern. Let me see. Where did I? I'm wanting to
Oh
make
yeah,
sure.
were you still thinking on the connected thing, Ben?
Oh, the connected thing.
Oh, the
Ha!
psychic
Forgot all about that thing,
telepath,
actually.
You forgot
um,
all about what thing?
telepath.
the
That'd be
brother Nick,
helpful.
yeah, brother Nick wanted to call in a favor from someone, and he gave me a sense of what he was looking for. Um, oh, excuse me. And yeah, I'll say that there is a priest of Vathox uh, who has experience with ailments of the mind, who would be glad to take a look at Brother Nick's friend on even on short notice.
Totally not intimidating at all.
um, as far as Brother Nick knows, no leeches are involved in any of his treatments.
No.
Uh,
Well, that's good.
yeah, generally so. All right. All right. Yeah. So, let me do this here. So, if I could spell that something close to correctly. There we go. Priest Ludwig Lorenz.
No, someone that Brother Nick can sing drinking games with. Great.
um, but
Sorry, drinking songs. Fading fast over here.
yeah. So you can all bundle Java up on over, and when you meet him, you meet him at sort of it's like a little just a little storefront kind of office, and looks like he's opened the place back up by himself, after hours and all that. But it's an older gentleman, and dressed in his priestly robes, welcomes you all in with a soft, kind voice. Please, please come in. Uh, Brother Nick, so good to see you again. Takes his hand and so I gather that I should spare you my usual attempts to persuade you uh, of our ways, but that's quite all right. I understand we have some more pressing matters.
LOL. Saoirse would die to see him go head to head with a priest.
Which one is your friend with the mental illness?
Saoirse's
The
gonna
amnesia?
snort as soon as that comes out. Which one is your friend with the mental illness?
uh.
She'd just look at him and be like, don't think you could swing a dead cat without hitting one of us.
Say, perhaps not mental illness, but our crew member and friend Java has suffered a loss of memory.
Oh, by the way, is this? I guess I should ask if we're doing Hammer or Java. Um,
It's got to be legit.
Yeah, she would have
okay,
insisted that he go as Java.
makes sense. Yeah, he would have at Saoirse's comment. He would have started to smile and spread his hands and in a welcoming gesture towards all of you. Um, but no, then
Have
begins to listen.
we met him
Saoirse
before?
notices. Um, the party has not, no, but
Okay.
this is one of Brother Nick's contacts
I
on the
just
planet.
yeah, I just wanted to know for Nero's reaction, and it is not welcoming of a hug.
Yeah. Um, Saoirse will have noticed shortly after entering the shop that this man is a psychic of some bent. And but he would gesture to Java. Come, my friend. Take a seat. Relax. We'll begin shortly. And he gestures. There's like a small room. It's got uh, windows in the wall that can so you can see out, both in and out from the waiting area. It has blinds, and says it'll help this greatly if we're relaxed and take some time to meditate on the issues at hand. And he motions Java towards this really cushioned recliner in the middle of this smaller room, and he dims down the lights in that other room, but leaves the blinds open on the windows so everyone else can still see in, and goes ahead and dims the lights in the whole place. So tell me, Java, what are we doing here today?
We're in a dark room.
That is true.
I don't know what do you want from me? You're the one that's supposed to tell me what we're doing here.
Hmm. Well, I'll tell you, Java, that these sorts of things are complicated. The mind is a complicated thing. God has invested us all with unique abilities among creation. Some of those extend beyond the physical realm and into the spiritual. Your mind and your memories are more than just meat and bone. there's there is spirit in man. well, it doesn't take kindly to being poked and prodded and told what to do. And even more so when it's suffered some harm and is not functioning as God intended. So I hope to help you today, but it's not something that I can force, something that I can tell. Will need to
How is
come from you.
how's brother Nick responding to all of this, by the way?
And with him doing his preaching,
Yeah.
guess I'm not gonna dive in the middle of this man trying to do some therapy, de-amnesing.
DMDG. Wow.
So I guess
True.
he'll sit there and privately be like, "Well, that's a bunch of heresy." But if he can,
Oh no. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, how's Java reacting to the guy's explanation?
Oh, I had something and then I lost it. Um, he's generally listening. Um, he probably would say something. In fact, I'd like, well, I don't have any powers like that, or I wouldn't be in this mess.
Well, of course not, and uh, I will use my skills to do what we can. Allow me to rephrase my explanation. The motivation and the goal for tonight's session must come from you. So, perhaps we should ask more specifically, what do you wish to remember, Java? What have you forgotten that you want back?
I'd like to know my name. That'd be a start.
Your name. Well, that is an important part of a person, of course. So Java is a name given to you by your friends who did not know you before?
Correct.
Hmm, I see. Saoirse would see him initiate a telepathic contact at this point. Then, do you think of your... how do you think of yourself when you are by yourself?
I get- Hmm.
Oh no. Poor job.
Or Avery, because I don't know how to
Poor
answer.
Avery.
So, so Avery, do you think that so Java would like be taken aback by that and start trying to think like, wait, how do I
Yeah,
think of
we're
myself?
both taken aback by that. Let's go with that.
Both.
um, do you want to? Would it help you to roll something, or um,
there's a random name table on the back of the Star Spout number.
well, it could be something like, uh, I mean, like a roll a die to try to prompt, uh, how insightfully Java thinks about that or is able to answer that. Um, or you could just go with whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, we can roll it out because I'm not sure how I'd answer that question.
Okay, oh, Daniel's coming in here.
I just need paper.
Okay. Sorry, it's kind of
She's
a
stealing all your secrets.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Not really, just tripping over his root beer.
tripping on my IBCs. Those were
What's
The
the
root
deadly.
beer secrets.
What's the
Yeah.
roll?
Breaking toes. Fine.
Sorry, what were you saying, Avery?
Oh.
Yeah, if I rolled it, what would you want to roll?
Do a
Um,
no roll
yeah, do a no check.
to know thyself.
One there. Yeah.
Oh boy, Java knows a lot about himself.
He feels a sudden sense of oneness.
Backstory resolved, baby.
He goes,
What do you
"Oh,
know,
guys,
guys?
you know what? I just had to think about it for a second.
It was this
Turns
easy
out,
all along. Everything else was red herrings or
oh no,
ducks, maybe.
or Ducksmith."
And you weren't
Definitely
supposed to give that away
ducks.
so soon.
um, so Java, um, I think Java isn't entirely sure, but he would realize that he doesn't really think of himself. He doesn't call himself Java in his own mind. Um, did you have a particular way you wanted to put that in Java speak for the priest, or just leave
Yeah,
it?
I'm good with that.
Okay. Um, so as Java answers, and kind of haltingly, kind of realizing that as he answers, explains that to the priest. Um, the priest will nod along and smile. Yes, of course, Java. That's a good sign. Uh, means that deep down you know that that's not your true identity. Perhaps something more like Gregory.
That doesn't
Gregory
right.
Mercer.
That seems wrong. You sure?
he let me think here a second. How would he respond to that? Okay, let me. he he pauses for a moment. Well, let's try that again. Let's go through some more exercises. Um, see his expression falls a little bit. He'd hoped that would be sort of a breakthrough, but then he reading about Saoirse's reaction. I gotta pay better attention to those.
Oh my word, Dex.
This dude normally just shouting random names at my clients normally does great.
So yeah, so he'll go he'll go around a couple more sort of exercises, and seems like he's trying some different things. Hold on a second here. Let me.
Oh, Robert, I mentioned Cade in the Roll20 chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh man, I missed that. Sorry there, Danielle.
That's all right.
So important role playing sneaking
Yeah,
its way into the Roll20 chat.
how dare you? I mean, that's great.
All right, so the priest goes around and it seems like kind of in circles, doing some other kind of self self-actualization kind of questions and mental exercises and some meditation and eventually uh, says, "Now, believe we're ready to try again. Now, we'll put this nickname of yours aside. How do you think of yourself? And really concentrate, dig deep now, and I believe we can do this." Um, and
Strong, independent, good at math, pilot.
yes, and
Don't need no man.
yes, that's clearer. That's much better.
It's those four things.
I have it. Cecil Beaumont, fourth.
Saoirse snorts out loud.
That's it. That's the one.
And
You're a
as he
frickin' Cecil.
as he mentions that name, Java actually has just a a brief flashback of being at a table eating with an older man and woman who he realizes are his parents, and his mother actually calling him by that name in
Oh,
some frustration apparently, and just
Oh no.
the briefest moment, and then it's gone.
tracks.
That name resonates.
It was my pa's name. I remember pa's face.
Yes, my son, you do remember. And he grasps Jabba's arm as he's sitting in the chair. Remember.
Saoirse's gonna curse a little bit. Oh shit. That is his real name. Making a mental note to apologize to Java or Cecil later.
Oh, we're laughing.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember anything aside from that scene in his name, correct?
Right.
Well, his parents.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that scene. And his name.
Yeah, and the rest of the scene is a bit fuzzy in the memory, but the priest tells him, "Now, Cecil, I'm going to need you to focus as much as you can on that memory of your paw, his face, and it may take time, but that is going to be your anchor point. I believe you can remember yourself. We've cracked the beginning of the shell." You guys with these memes. Oh my. I am the duck-billed red herrings are perfect. What? Even. See, this is why AI art is a good thing.
Yes.
Oh my word.
all other consequences aside, you know, that makes it worth it. um, yeah. So anyway, the priest will he'll sit back, looking a bit tired, but clearly pleased with their progress, and say, "Well, Cecil, I would love to do more, but I'm spent for the night. I'm very glad that we were able to do this, and that I could do so for Brother Nick, as a good friend of mine. But I must return to my home. My wife will be after me about this, but a good night's sleep and I'll be right as rain." He'll stand up and stretch.
Java has prepared a very small box.
Oh, really?
He gives it to him as a gift.
Okay. What is this box made out of?
Just a regular box.
Okay. Uh, the priest takes it and says, well, I was doing this as a favor, but I appreciated the gift. Cecil, He opens the box.
Oh no.
What does he see?
3 rice cakes.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
As someone
He-
who works with the mentally ill, I feel like he would still be touched by that.
yeah, he cracked it open just enough to look in and see. And he closes the box and he smiles at Cecil and says, "Thank you, my boy.
No, thank you.
Appreciate these. Now, run along," and he'll give him a little pat on the back, kind of shooing him out of the room. "You and your friends all sure have better things to do than sit around and shoot the breeze with an old priest." He he gives Brother Nick a mischievous look as he says that.
He'll wink back at him and say, "Oh, I'll always keep myself out of trouble."
Yes, and well, you have enough priests to go around. But Brother Nick, do be sure to visit again next time you're in town. It's been good seeing you again, briefly. I do miss our talks.
Yes, I still have to get back here and help you straighten out your theology.
I'd appreciate it. The perspectives you have from another sector were always quite refreshing. Not completely alien, but certainly different, distinct from those as I imagine you found on Tabuk and, well, wherever you may have visited around here. But I won't take up your time with it now. You'll have me getting back to my wife at midnight.
Brother Nick, you can't be keeping men away from their wives. That's got to be against your religion.
All right. So he'll bid you all a good night and lock up shop and stretch again before walking slowly over to his car and heading home. uh, nice Lion King references.
Tell me you're playing with millennials without telling me you're playing with millennials.
Man, that was a scene. I guess I mean I mostly watched it as a kid. I remember always wanting to skip that scene.
Seriously?
Maybe that makes me terrible, but
Yeah, that does make you terrible.
I think it's just maybe a little too sappy for me.
Oh my word. It's okay, we'll forgive
Can't take him anywhere, Danielle.
12-year-old Benjamin for being emotionally immature.
I would say kid me didn't have an appreciation for such things. All right, well, you guys can head on. Uh, let's go ahead, if we can. Uh, we can kind of gloss over some of the finer details of embarking once more and taking the journey to Dimnoff. Um, get get some. Excuse me, some dice rolling out of the way. Um. Oh. Okay. I'm. Oh. All right. Yeah. So we're drilling to Orisko Kupiec, and then from there to Dimnov. Is that correct?
I think so.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. That says yay. So, um, the first trip is effortless, goes off without a hitch, and all that sort of stuff. Um, and doesn't even require a roll. Me. Oh, excuse me. Too many yawns. Okay. Roll 20 here. We've got. Let's see, where are we at? 2 hexes is a day. Okay, yeah. Got Okay, so here. And for that, it's going to be. Let me do the math here. Wow. Get out of my way. Okay, so we've got base difficulty. We've got the +6. We've got so we've got a difficulty check of 14.
It's quite high.
And let's see. So we've got oh, my mouse picks the perfect time to die. Come on, baby. On for a little longer. It's like sometimes if I turn it off and back on again, it'll realize it has a little bit more life.
Nothing like a near-death experience to get you to get your act in order.
Right. Okay. Oh, let's see. So he actually. All right, Starfarer. Yeah, doubles that. And then. Okay, so it just doubles that. So, Avery, you're going to make the pilot check. Oh, you're only pilot 1. Um, so you're just going to add a modifier of 1 to the pilot check.
Kablamo.
Okay. That is
Which
not a
sounds like the
14.
DM sensing our doom.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that you'd put more than just +1 into pilot, but that's okay. So it's time for another roll that you guys have never made before.
Here it comes.
Time for a roll on the spike drill mishap table.
On the table of
What?
consequences.
Dun,
Just-
dun, dun.
What do you want to roll?
A very different kind of ending than the party had planned on.
It's okay, as
So
long
that
as
is
he
going
doesn't
to
roll a
be
3, we're fine.
yeah.
Space rocks fall, everyone dies.
All right, so this is going to be a 3d6 unmodified.
Oh my word.
Why was the difficulty check so high?
Oh, Saoirse's rolling it?
Wait, what?
Oh.
I thought you said we were all supposed to be rolling.
No.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
As long as that number isn't bad, we'll take it.
It's bad.
Roll, honestly.
It's not the
Pretty
worst,
sure
but it's
it's
still bad.
Yeah.
We'll let the pilot himself make the roll.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know. Sorry.
doom you all himself.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Shit.
To answer your question, Avery, the difficulty was so high because we don't have a rudder or course to Demnoff.
Yeah, Dimnoff.
Demnoff, yes.
3d6.
Yep, 3d6 unmodified.
This is, wow,
Oh.
so much worse.
Eh,
It's pretty much
that's-
actually.
can't remember. I think
Okay,
that might be the same.
that's the same result. Oh,
Yep.
it was fated. All right, so this is going to get interesting.
Oh no.
Power spike. One system is disabled until repaired. The ship is stuck in transit for the full base time before being able to make another pilot check. If the spike drive fails, treat it as if a 3 were rolled. So,
What happens if a 3 is rolled?
Catastrophic
We'll get to that in a-
failures.
a catastrophic dimensional energy incursion. We'll get to what that means if we, if we need to. Cross that
Oh,
bridge
my
if we come
word.
to it. So let's see then. One
Let's just say
system
we
disabled.
don't want that to happen, Danielle.
I
True.
figured that much out, thanks.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm gonna need a 1d something. Let me figure out what we're dealing with here. I actually don't have the number on hand. Prudence. Okay, let's see. Trying to think. I feel like some of these don't really make sense to be. Well. Yeah, let me. Dex, just offhand, do you have a criteria that you used to distinguish some systems that can be disabled, like fittings that can be disabled from others?
No, I don't. Well, I take that back. One criteria I have is that it's a ship fitting. At least, at the very least, that's like the
Okay.
minimum criteria. Is it's a ship fitting, with the
Yeah.
exception of I have disabled tactical before, just kind of like as a blanket thing. But
Hmm.
it's one of the places where I wish there was like this is such a critical role that I wish there were more definition to it.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say a ship system is seemingly a more vague term that isn't as. But the disabled term, yeah, it definitely seems it's reminiscent of the fact that in combat you can shoot to disable.
Mm-hmm.
I guess even in there it says targeting a system. Yeah, weapons engine or fittings the GM decides are vulnerable. So yeah,
Yeah.
he seems to pretty much make those synonymous. So we'll just go ahead and say that those are. Because I mean, some of these are maybe less impactful than others, which is totally fine, um, and are not quite as like integrated into the ship. But there are ways to that could explain how those are like armory or cargo space or whatever being
Mm-hmm.
disabled. Um, so I just noticed there's a duplicate entry. Huh. Well, okay. Um, all right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1d10. Avery, roll us a 1d10.
Oh man.
Let's see what we get.
If I explode in space as the ending of
Oh,
this
guys.
entire 3-year thing,
Oh, guys.
Is that the
I'm
drive?
uninstalling.
That is literally the drive.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-oh. Wait, what?
Why did we? I'm sorry. I-
I
Well, so okay, now it's not actually like a rocks fall and you all die. It is pretty bad, but it's not like that. Um
It's not like that, he says.
um
we can
I'm
still finish out the epilogue. Maybe, probably, maybe.
We should
epilogue might
Eventually, when they
go
get
a little
back.
more quickly than anticipated. No, so okay. So catastrophic dimensional.
Oh,
Oh, Danielle rage quit.
it did threaten to uninstall.
Oh, is that what she said? I was not picking up on the tone there.
Yeah, if she's actually upset and this wasn't just a freak coincidence, then I didn't pick up on that tone either.
No, I didn't pick up on that tone. I'm joking.
Yeah. I think this has to be a coincidence.
been in the doghouse.
You freaked us out,
Coincidence, a
Danielle.
child.
Hey there.
I
So yeah, so those are some odds. Let's see. So there's one more roll. The ship emerges around a star within 1d6 hexes of the target destination, with drive and all systems destroyed.
Destroyed? Darn.
Yeah. Um, I'd forgotten it was actually destroyed, not disabled on the 3. Um, so Java, go ahead and roll me
The
Let's see.
only time we attempt it, we get one of the worst failures.
I'm just still
Yeah.
confused as to how we ended up attempting this at all, actually. So I
Because
guess
we
I
had to
was.
go back through Tabuk. We were being lazy, apparently.
I think we may have thought that Java's pilot skill was higher than it was because we haven't had any real issues with it before. But with the difficulty of the check, even if his pilot skill was like 2, it wouldn't have changed the result.
Yeah, and with that specific role, a pilot skill of 2 wouldn't quite have made the cut either.
Mm-hmm.
Or